Do I have weaknesses? Absolutely. If I'm being honest with myself, sometimes it feels like I am nothing but weakness. My ego is often louder than my logic. My mind, though capable, feels small, trapped in overthinking, spinning in circles, unable to break free. These truths can be hard to admit, but they are real. They live inside me like shadows that I fight daily. And yet, in the middle of that darkness, I remind myself of something powerful. I'm not naturally the strongest or the fastest. I'm not the most flexible, and I'm certainly not the sharpest mind in the room. The truth is, what we call weakness can become the foundation of our greatest strength. You've got to ask yourself, you need a fire burning inside you. Something that doesn't depend on someone else pushing you. Why? Because the moment I get too comfortable, I stop growing. And if you're not growing, you're dying. That's when the competition catches up. That's when you fall behind. So don't give up when the pain hits. The pain you feel now is not the end. It's the price of the reward. Life won't hand you anything just because you've earned a degree or written a book. It's not the opportunity that's flawed, it's the effort. You can't give 70% and expect 100% results. You've got to give sweat, blood, and tears like those before you, because success isn't free and greatness isn't cheap. You want greatness? You've got to fight for it. And when problems show up, don't run, solve them. When logic runs dry, let your emotion push you further. Use them together, and you'll find the guts to keep moving. Say to yourself, Dali, it's possible. Feed your mind with belief and starve your doubts until they disappear. No matter how bad it gets, remember, you're not made to quit. You don't belong at the bottom. You were made for more. Stand up. But there's light ahead if you keep walking. One good choice leads to another. Stack 'em. Build a life of strength, not shortcuts. Greatness isn't microwaved, it's baked slow, with integrity, character, and commitment. Go back home to your purpose. Take your place at the top where you belong. Let your anger, frustration, and fear become few. When you feel like giving up, don't. Override your feelings with discipline. Say to yourself, I don't stop, because in the solution is the opportunity. You have to push yourself. Every opportunity that comes your way, treat it like your last. Don't quit in the final rounds. When you hit high levels, it's no longer about talent, it's about stamina. It's about standing your ground, unshakable, unbreakable. If you were going to give up, you should have done it long ago. But you didn't. You've come too far. What fuels you? What gets you out of bed when no one is watching? Are you running from something like a gazelle? Don't let your old self hold you back from your new potential. Remind yourself you're not a loser. You're a winner in progress. You just have to keep going. Do the right thing, even when no one's watching. And most importantly, the hardest thing I've ever done was believe it was possible. But once I did, the world started to change. Not because it got easier, but because I got stronger. Strengthen yourself, mentally and physically. That's when you go all in. Give every ounce of energy, every drop of sweat, every last breath. Fight until there's nothing left to give. And when you finally reach that point, only then can you rest. Only then can you stand down. Stand up when it's easier to sit down. Fight when it's easier to flee. Challenge fear, fight decay, and don't let weakness define you. Give your day everything you've got. Or are you running towards something like a lion, hungry for more? I refuse to believe that this is who I'm destined to remain. I refuse to accept that my flaws define me forever. I'm not done. I'm not finished. I am a fighter. Let it fuel you. Swing back. Go down fighting if you must. But more often than not, if you give it everything you've got, you won't go down at all. You'll rise. And it'll be because you chose to make fighting part of your everyday life. There are moments when I get overwhelmed by my own emotions over things that, in the grand scheme of life, don't even matter. I fight against the voice that says I can't. I struggle against the weight of my own self-doubt. because that's what it takes to grow, to change, to fight back against your shortcomings, to dig deep and keep moving forward when everything inside you says to stop, to get better, even if it's just a little every single day. That's the mission, to outdo the person you were yesterday. I scrape and claw and push myself through the barriers I've built with my own hands. Some days I win, some days I fall short, but every single day, without fail, I get back up and I move forward. I make poor choices when it comes to my health. I don't get enough sleep, and I waste time like it's infinite. I procrastinate on the things that truly matter. I let my attention get consumed by the meaningless, while the important slips by unnoticed. Strength isn't always about muscles or intellect. Sometimes the person who looks the weakest on the outside is fighting the hardest battle within. Every single day is a fight. I rise with fists clenched, ready for the battle that awaits. I walk into the storm with nothing but heart. Your why, your fire. I can't do the work for you, and you can't do mine. The grind is personal. It belongs to each of us. You can't rely on outside pressure forever, because the moment that pressure's gone, you'll stop, and you can't afford to stop. Even now, after all these years, I still get nervous. You've already suffered. Don't let that suffering be for nothing. Do more than what's expected. Push past the line that others stop at. Make better choices. Build stronger habits. When you face a challenge that seems impossible, remember, you've got nothing to lose. This game of life is a dogfight. You have to tap into that hunger deep inside. The longer you wait, the longer the reward will take to reach you. To go beyond your limits, you need both emotion and logic. One can only take you so far. Balance emotion and logic like weapons. Live the life you were created to live. Most people don't fail because they're not capable. They fail because they quit too soon. Don't lose to your own impatience. Yes, the path is dark. Yes, the tunnel is long. Your attitude defines your altitude. The way you show up matters. So no matter what your story is, no matter how many labels of failure sit behind you, remember this. If there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm, because there's nothing more powerful than a mod-up mind.